Ireland's main man is back. Andy Farrell is back, leading Ireland's charge. Off the back of a successful British and Irish Lions tour, he's back in charge of Ireland and he's named his squad for the Autumn Nations Test Series, where Ireland will take on New Zealand, Japan, Australia and South Africa. No real surprises within the squad, Paddy McCarthy being the only uncapped player to be named in the squad. Good to see Caelan Doris back, obviously from shoulder injury. Unlucky players to be excluded from the squad, which I think are due to injuries. Guys like Joe McCarthy, Isaac Chukwu not in there as well. And someone I think is very unfortunate to not be in the squad, and while there is guys above him that are good as well, but Fintan Gunn, the halfback, is sitting behind Jamison Gibson Park at Leinster. I thought he's been unreal for Leinster, the opportunities he's got, and I thought he'd get into the squad as the third choice scrum half there. And I guess the big question for all Northern Hemisphere sides, and it will be the big question for all of them, have they had enough time together? Is the cohesion, is all of that going to be enough to beat the Southern Hemisphere sides, where the Southern Hemisphere sides, most of them, all of them are coming off the back of either a Rugby Championship or the Pacific Nations Cup, where yes, they've had 2 or 3 weeks away from it now, but that's 2 or 3 weeks that it's probably good enough for them to have rested, and they're coming back into it where they're off the back of playing strong opposition and off the back of being together and gelling together, and the coaches knowing kind of partnerships and teams and what their best squad is, where for the Northern Hemisphere sides, they've only just started their local club competitions, and they'll come into a national squad off the back of maybe 2 weeks together. And then they're expected to play against these big, stronger sides that have been playing together for a long time as well. So that's a tough one, especially for Ireland now that have to travel to America. So there's time differences and jet lag and all of that stuff to contend with. Then they fly back and play straight into it against Japan. So that's some things that the Southern or Northern Hemisphere squads have definitely got to compete with. Whether you're a fan of whoever or you like it or not, that's the reality of it. Northern Hemisphere teams are only going to be together for a week or two, where the Southern Hemisphere sides have just come off the back of Rugby Championships, Pacific Nations Cups, where they've been together for an extended period of time. The coaches know positions, no partnerships, no more or less their stronger side available, where with Northern Hemisphere sides, it's kind of scratch. This is the start of your season. You're starting from square one sort of thing. Obviously, coaches know more or less their stronger side or who they would like to put out, but it's that cohesion, it's that timing of passing, it's that just being together that you can't really replace. There's no substitute for being together other than just being together. But we're going to focus on the Irish squad here because they have announced their squad. Do love it. It's a very strong squad with a lot of experience, a squad with a lot of depth, players that can play multiple positions, and then players that have been in there for a while, and we all know what's expected of them. Irish fans, what do you guys think of the squad? Do you expect a few more players to be included in it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. We're just going to get straight into it. So forwards, Thomas O'Hearn, Ryan Baird, Finlay Bealham, Tyg Byrne, Jack Boyle, Thomas Clarkson, Jack Conan, Caelan Doris back in as captain as well, Tyg Furlong, Ian Henderson, Ronan Callagher, Gus McCarthy, Paddy McCarthy with the asterisk next to his name, Joe McCarthy's brother, the big front rower. To be honest, I think, yes, obviously he's done well for a while to be included. You don't just play 1 or 2 games for your club and then you get straight into the international team. But I think he was selected off the back of that game versus the Sharks on the weekend that passed. He was outstanding in that game. The scrum struggled a little bit. Sharks probably gained a little bit of ascendancy there in the scrum, but he was really good, holding his end of the scrum, but then around the park as well, getting through a ton of work, strong ball carrier, makes good tackles, hits a lot of rucks. So I like the future of Paddy McCarthy. It's a big one. Definitely someone to look out for. Andrew Porter there, Cian Prendergast, James Ryan, Dan Sheehan, Nick Timoney, and Josh Van der Fleer. Then in the back, Spundiaki, Kalen Blade, Craig Casey, Jack Crowley, Kieran Frawley, Jamison Gibson-Park, Mac Hansen, Robbie Henshaw, James Lowe, Stuart McCloskey, Tommy O'Brien, Jamie Osborne, my man, love Jamie Osborne, Sam Prendergast, Gary Ringrose, and Jacob Stockdale. Whew! Strong squad, man. A very, very strong squad. Probably guys to miss out, like I did mention at the top of the video, Joe McCarthy and Isaac Chukwu probably injured, must be injured. You would definitely have Joe McCarthy in. I saw on the weekend, Isaac Chukwu scored a try, but someone fell awkwardly on his lower leg. I think he might have got injured there, but man, he's had a horrendous run of injuries. Poor man, just getting back. I think he snapped his Achilles or his ankle 2 years ago. And then he's just got back into form playing outstanding rugby for Ulster. And then again, unlucky there. And then probably Gavin Coombs for Munster. But in saying that, the back row for Ireland, like, it's tough to get in there. You've got Conan, you've got Josh Van der Fleer, Caelan Doris is back now. Cian Prendergast has been there and thereabouts for a long time. He's been outstanding for Connacht. You've got guys that can cover there as well in James Ryan. Ryan Baird also covers the back row, but he's also a lock. So that's because I think Gavin Coombs over the past couple of seasons has been really good for Munster. So that's a bit unfortunate there for him. And then no one in the backs. I'm happy to see guys like Stuart McCloskey and Jacob Stockdale in there as well, being sensational for Ulster, really leading the charge there for them. But you kind of know who your backline's going to be. Probably the big question mark would be around 10. Who you're going to pick at 10. Because, yes, it was all, like everyone was all Sam Prendergast last year. Then it kind of faded out, kind of played his way especially out of the British and Irish line setup, the longer Six Nations went on at the start of this year, where then someone like Finn Smith rose to getting selected to the British and Irish line squad. Jack Crowley kind of sitting on the outer with Andy Farrell, but he's been really good for Munster now. So it'll be an interesting one to see how they go, like who gets the first nod. Does Sam Prendergast start it? He gets the 10. Does Crowley start? Sam Prendergast obviously got the relationship with Jamison Gibson-Park because they played together at Leinster. Does that really matter coming into a new season? Do you go with someone who's been there, done it before? In Crowley's got a bit more experience there. Do you give him the nod? That's probably my biggest question mark around starters, like who's your starting lineup, who's your starting 10? One of the most important positions on the field. Who do you pick there? But other than that, no real surprises here. Very established squad. So as an Irish fan, an Irish rugby fan, you would expect wins and results here. Andy Farrell coming back in. He's had that bit of time away with British and Irish Lions. He's coming back in. He's been there. He knows what it takes. He's beaten all of those opposition that they're coming up against. He knows what it takes to beat those guys. Does it take it doesn't take time for him to gel and to know what he wants out of the team because he's been there before. He's only been away for a couple of months, or he missed the Six Nations. The big thing, and I said it at the start of the video, is going to be around cohesion and timing and gelling together because this Irish team there's 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks, you're traveling to the States, getting acclimatized, kicking jet lag, and then you're playing up against the All Blacks at Soldier Field in Chicago. That's massive. Yes, they won it in 2016, Ireland did, but it's big, man. You've got all of those little things that you need to contend with as well. Again, you don't want to be looking for excuses. You've got an established squad here with a lot of experience, guys that have been there, done that, depth within the squad, normality now with Andy Farrell back in. You expect results. You want results as well. So I'd definitely give Ireland a Japan game. the Australia game maybe as well, because like Australia have been playing some good rugby now. And again, it comes back to the Southern Hemisphere teams that have been playing together for a while now. They're coming off the back of Rugby Championship or the Pacific Nations Cup. And I've said that plenty of times in this video, but it counts. It matters. So that's probably the big one. And then you're playing against the Springboks. You're playing against All Blacks. It's going to be monumental fixtures. I can't wait for it. I'm not going to give predictions. I'm going to do my preview of the Autumn Nations series next week. I'm not giving predictions here. You'll have to wait till the next video. But a strong Irish squad. Love to see Andy Farrell back in. Love to see Paddy McCarthy in there. Hope he gets some game time because he's been unreal for Leinster. Big question mark for me is around who starts at 10, Jack Crowley or Sam Prendergast. Irish fans, let me hear it. What do you guys think of it? Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be following along all the Autumn Nations series games, or as many as I can, and then diving into Six Nations when it comes around as well. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.